tells a story. Every color shines so bright. Welcome to Horizon Crochet, where creativity finds its way. Laugh a little, stay a while. Share a pattern, share a smile. At Horizon Crochet, we're all friends here, making memories year after year. One stitch at a time, we'll grow together, crocheting through every kind of weather. Grab your yarn, grab your tea, come crochet with Callie. Horizon Crochet. Come on in, pull up a chair. Leave the busy world out there. Grab your yarn and your favorite tea. There's a place where friends can be. Every stitch tells a story. Every color shines so bright. Welcome to Horizon Crochet, where creativity finds its way. Laugh a little, stay a while. Share a pattern, share a smile. At Horizon Crochet, we're all friends here, making memories year after year. One stitch at a time, we'll grow together, crocheting through every kind of weather. Grab your yarn, grab your tea, come crochet with Callie. Horizon Crochet.
Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. My name is Kelly and welcome to Horizon Crochet. Kathleen, hi, how are you? Good to see you. And also Crochet Queen is in here, who I think is Izzy. Is that right? Please let me know if I'm wrong. I would feel horrible if I was wrong, but I think Queen is Izzy. I'm so glad to see you both here. We've got a couple of others as well. Feel free to say hi. And if you're watching the replay later, please say hello. Give us just a little heart or something like that, just so I know who's stopping by. I appreciate it. And yes, Kathleen, I knew you would see that because I thought about you. I was like ready to go. I was getting ready to go. Hi. Yes, you were in my head, Kathleen. You were in my head. So I'm so happy to have you all here. It's been a roller coaster of a weekend for me. And welcome back, Crochet Queen. I think I just want to check. I just said this earlier. Is your name Izzy? Is that right? If I'm wrong, please make sure you tell me. But I think I heard Antoinette say your name is Izzy. Is that correct? Just let me know. Anyway, I want to make sure. Yes? Okay, great. I love that name, by the way. And a funny story is that I was watching another content creator one day. We were both in the chat, yourself and me, and they kept calling me Izzy. And I didn't correct anybody. It doesn't bother me. But I don't know if you remember that or not. But I imagine I was sitting there talking and they kept calling me Izzy. And I'm like, the real Izzy's probably wondering what in the world they're talking about. But it was funny. It was cute. Anyway, long story short. Oh, yes, you do remember that? Yeah, it was fine. It didn't bother me at all. I hope it didn't you either, but that's why it's kind of set in my mind. Well, welcome to Horizon Crochet. I'm super excited to have you here. To get us started, I just want to point out one thing. I am not a big content creator channel. I do this because I love it. I have only been crocheting for about a year and almost a half now, and I'm not an expert. I am someone who is learning, and I appreciate all the tips and trips that I get for everybody that comes and watches my lives. And I'm so happy, and it surprises me that you all come every day that I go live. And I just want to say thank you so much. And we hit 120 subscribers today. And I was thinking about it. I kind of celebrated when I hit 50, right? Because I was like, oh my goodness, I've hit 50 subscribers. I remember that day. Barb, good morning, Barb. Good afternoon. I mean, see, it's been a day. It's been a weekend. It's morning, afternoon, evening, everywhere around the world somewhere. But good to see you, Barb. But Barb might even remember when I hit 50 subscribers. And I was so excited. I was just like, I can't believe there's 50 people that are actually interested enough. And then I hit 100, and I thought it seems so silly to celebrate just 100 when most of my friends or have much more than that. And I just feel so blessed, and I feel so lucky this Sunday. Lucky, no, it's not luck. I'm blessed, and I'm just so grateful for that. And now that we're at 120, I was thinking about it because I was on Antoinette's live, and then I was listening to Jerry's live, and there's so much to be grateful, and I just feel like I haven't said that enough. So I just want to say thank you to you all for being here, and I appreciate you. Okay, done with the mushy stuff. Um, and thank you for listening to me. I appreciate it. Let me see here. Let me just check up on the live while I was doing my babble thing. Izzy says, I was medicated, so I was like, maybe I'm going crazy. No, Izzy, you were not going crazy. They just kept calling me Izzy. It was so funny. It had me laugh. It actually cheered me up because I think it's such a cute name. Barb says, I am in my car waiting on hubby and thought I'd pop in. Hi, Barb. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. I hope it's not too hot, or I hope you have the AC going. Oh my goodness. Yesterday was so hot in southern Ontario, or maybe it just seemed like it really was. I have a story that I'll share with you all a bit. And Jen's in the house. Hello, Jabber Jen. Jen again. How are you? Hi, Callie. Sorry I'm late. I was fixing lunch. Never have to say sorry to me, Jen. You're my bud. Don't worry about it. I know you are a busy lady around the house. It is hot. You're right. So let me tell you a little bit of a story. And it does have to do with yarn and crafts and stuff like that, and the heat. So everybody knows who Bon Bon is, right? She is amazing. She's uplifting. She's so sweet. She's so kind. She loves to connect people. And she and I were going to the same place. We were going to Mary Maxim yesterday, Saturday. And Mary Maxim is in Paris, Ontario. And that's about an hour away from me. And I think it's about an hour away for Bon Bon, but on opposite ends. So we decided we were going to meet up while we were at Mary Maxim. And I did. And she is so wonderful. And she's so insightful. And I met her friend. And it was so much fun. But let me tell you something, ladies. It was hot. I mean, it was hot. And I like long sleeve shirts and my jeans and my sneakers. I wear sandals and capris and short sleeve shirts, but I wanted to wear Barb, our Yarnivore shirt, because I just thought it was so cute. It would make it easy for Bon Bon to find me. Not that she didn't know what I look like, but you get the idea. And I figured inside the store they would have air conditioning. And I figured the tent would be shaded. Oh my goodness. It was so hot. And it was hot even inside. If they had AC on, you didn't know it. We waited in line to check out for an hour. An hour we stood in line just to check out. And somebody actually fell and passed out in line waiting to check out yesterday. Is that not wild? For yarn. For yarn, well, all kinds of stuff. They have puzzles, figurines, jewelry stuff, fabrics, yarn. I mean, is anybody else just blown away by this that as I was? And I was so hot that I even went and had this little neck fan thing that I've never used before, and I put it on, and I'm like trying to pull all this hair up, and but it was hot, and there was a lot of people there. And now we went to the tent sale. I know I'm babbling a lot. We went to the tent sale, and I think it was the second day of the tent sale, so it was crazy. And the parking lot was just full. It was slammed. I've never seen anything like it before for craft type merchandise. So this was an awakening for me. And it was also one of the first things I said to Bon Bon, I don't know if she's around today, but one of the first things I said to her was, there's so much, I'm overwhelmed because I am newer. Yes, I know acrylics, alpaca, merino, wool, cotton, scrubby yarn, whatever you call that, all the different types of yarn, but there was just so many that I didn't know enough. So she was a lot of help to me, and I appreciated that. And it was just so great to meet her and to meet somebody from the community. And she's in a bunch of communities, and I just felt very blessed and very lucky to be there. I was probably a little grumpier than normal. So I was going to apologize to Bon Bon to say, I am sorry I was not my normal rah-rah shishkumba self, because I was just sweating to death. And the first thing we did was go to a store and find a gallon of water. Not really a gallon of water, but I needed some water. I needed a drink fast. But it was amazing. And everybody that was there was so kind. It was so polite. Considering how many people were there, it was great. Anyway, so is anybody curious of what I got? Anybody want to see? I can tell you approximately how much I spent. And I can tell you approximately, because I did a little research yesterday about how much I saved. So I'm going to go ahead. And there's not that much, really. I got a lot, but it's a lot of duplicates because you know how I love blankets, right? So when you get a blanket or a big sweater or something like that, you got to get a lot of what you want. So I'm going to start with the little stuff. Little stuff. So you know me and my chunky yarn. Yes, I am trying to get into size 4 and size 3 yarns, but I did pick up some of these. Sorry, my nails look horrible. But I got some of these for wide yarn, thick yarn, because they're great. They're amazing. I have some over here but I only have 2 of those exact type that I like so much. So once I saw these, I picked up some more. So I can have some for downstairs and some for upstairs. Also, same thing, but really thick yarn. Like, I can never find these online, at least not in the places that I'm looking. So another one of those. I know they're little things though, right? Little notions and whatnot. And you can never have enough darn it needles. And remember, I was making my chickens. I was making chickens, and I was missing yarn, like detail type yarn, for like the gizzard, the red feathers, the orange, yellow for the beak. I was missing colors that I could use. So my chicken, who is somewhere right there, he's like a pastel chicken. Have you ever seen a pastel chicken in your life? Well, now you have it. He's right there because I didn't have red. So this is more red than it looks on the screen. But yeah, this is Estelle Suds, but it's cotton, and I'm going to use it for detail because this was about, I saved about $1 on each. That's another thing I'm just going to say really quick. As fun as it was, the deals were a little disappointing. And I'm really curious, and if anybody knows the answer to this, let me know. When they have big 10 sales like this, do the prices get better as it gets closer to the end of the sale? Because there were a couple of sales there, but they weren't that amazing. I was a little disappointed, but it was so much fun to meet Bon Bon and her friend and have the day out and spend a lot of time there. So, hi, Silver Angel. How are you? Just dropping by. I'm so glad you did. I am just going over some of the things that I picked up yesterday at a 10 sale at a Mary Maxim. And I got brown. I got some brown. I forget why I got brown. I think it was for a puppy dog, amigurumi dog I was going to make, but it was on my list. I made a list. I was planned. I was like ready. And then I just got some good old black cotton, again, for like detail work and stuff. I think it was Freehand or Dawn, maybe, who told me and sent me a link. It was Freehand, Nisi. They sent me a link to how to do embroidered style eyes instead of the plastic safety eyes. So I wanted to get some black. Already had some white, otherwise I would have picked that up. So that's the plan for the black. And then this color I will probably only ever use for one reason, and that is when I make my chickens. Again, right there, the pastel chicken. He's pastel because I didn't have the right colors for beaks for the chickens that I make. I sent a picture of my chicken to my mother, and she wants one, but she wants it a little more realistic. So I'm excited. So that's that. And also, I know it's not Christmas yet, but I have seen some different kinds of Christmas yarn. Last year, I was crocheting. It was my first Christmas last year to crochet, and I made things as gifts, but I didn't make anything as far as decorations. So I picked up 2 skeins of yarn that I can make ornaments out of. So I picked up this Premier Shimmer, and I know it's backwards. I'm sorry, guys. That's because my camera's mirrored. Ooh, ooh. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Okay, I'm weird. I know. Sorry. But Premier, and I got this, and it does have like a shimmer to it. If I get it close enough, can you see? I think you can see it. And I thought it was cute. It reminds me of a big candy cane, and I will somehow figure out to make some Christmas ornaments out of it, because I know, again, it's only August, but I'm planning ahead. Not making it yet, but planning. And then this is the other one I got. Is this not so pretty? And this is another yarn I've never used. And I have to say, I've never used a Premier yarn, and I've used Estelle's normal skeins, but not the mini cotton ones. And this is Mary Maxim Glimmer. And as you can see, it's it doesn't glimmer too well. It looks like lint in there a little bit, doesn't it? But it's really pretty. And I have a shirt that is very similar to this color. It is like basically this color. And it's a Christmas shirt that I'll wear to like work events or, I don't know, Christmas holiday type party stuff. And I want to make something to go with it with this. So it's nice, it's pretty, and it's cute. Mary Maxim Glimmer. What do I want to show you next? Okay, so I bought this, and I know I'm trying to get used to size 4 and 3 yarns, but I still have a love for the chunky. I still love the chunky yarn. It's a problem. I have a problem. I know I have a problem. So I got Red Heart Super Easy Spray Stripes. I really like these colors. That orange is not really that orange, but it's the easy, and this was the cheapest find I found there. This is normally $12.99 to $9.99 in Canada. I found it for $5.99 a skein, and I thought, you know what? I even like the pillow on the label. I don't know if you think the pattern's on the other side. Oh, that's got a QR code. I just noticed that now. I bet that's the pattern. Free pattern. Awesome. I even like that pillow. I like it a lot. I don't know. I'm a very neutral person. But this color right here that looks like pumpkin orange, it's actually more of a rusty color. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. So yeah, it's going to be a blanket. This is going to be a fall project. I think the colors are great for fall. Let me just see if I missed anything in chat. I am just babbling away today. Sweet. I like the red and white and sparkle yarn. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate that. And so, yeah, this is going to definitely be a blanket. It's going to be a quick, easy blanket to make. And it's going to be a fall project. I'm going to start 2 fall projects in September. This is one. And the other, I've already mentioned. And I will bring it back up later. Let me also show you another yarn this is Premier. I've already showed you one Premier. I saw this. It's called Canyon Colors. It's 109 yards, which is the same as Woolies, Lion Brand's Woolies. But this is a size 5 instead of a size 6. And I just love these colors. Is this not so me? I mean, everything I get. Hi, Erica. Good to see you. Kathleen says, I can't wait to see how that yarn works up into a blanket. It's going to be so pretty, Kathleen. I'm excited about it. But this yarn is just so me. These are like my favorite colors. I saw this and I thought I'm going to get one. And the more I walked by it and I kept walking by it and I'd walk by it again, every time I'd look at it and I'd touch it and I'd showed it to Bon Bon. I'm like, Bon Bon, I need this yarn in my life. And even though it's 100% acrylic, it is so soft. Like it is, I don't know how to explain it. It almost looks like, and how it works up on the label there, I just think it's so cute. It could be a baby blanket for a boy or a girl. And we had a really rough winter up here. And that means there's lots of babies coming in the fall. So, because people didn't do anything all winter but stay inside. So we're having a little bit of a baby boom in the area. So I thought, and I bought, how many of these did I buy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. Now, the other reason I bought so much of this is because, yeah, it'll probably be a blanket. But as I mentioned, I have behind me a lot of Lion Brand Woolies. Woolies can run anywhere from $12.99 to $7.98, depending on where you're buying it. Walmart has some for $7.98, but there's only like 5 colors. $12.99 other places, $9.99 at Michael's. I got this for $5.99, and it's the same yardage as Woolies, but it's one class thinner. So I totally justified it and bought a lot of it. So that's that. One other thing I got, I didn't find much of this. I bought some bitty stripes. I have some bitty stripes right there behind me, but I didn't have this one. So I bought this. I think it's really cute. Definitely a pastel theme going on with it. And I don't see, the label doesn't have an example, but it's really cute. It's a nice, soft pastel, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this. This was an impulse buy. I just thought it was cute. I only bought one, and I was like, I'll do something with it. I'll get it. And then the last thing that I'm really excited about, it's not an expensive thing, It's not a lot of material. Actually, let me see if I can take this off of here first. There was a sticker with, I have a story. I might not, after telling this story, and if Mary Maxim sees it, they're never going to let me back in their store again. Yes, that's what I said. So, I bought this. I know it's backwards. I will read it to you. It's Star Stitch Baby Bear Hat. But aren't those so cute? And if you don't know, I'm about to be a first-time grandmother in October. And my husband actually saw this. And my husband is not a crafty guy. He's just not. So when he got really excited about this, he was like, Kelly, you got to see this. You got to see this. And it's only $10. So you'll notice on the tag, it says Vintage Rose. I told my husband, he's like, but it's a one that we know what the colors for the baby are. They've gotten certain colors. And like I said, sorry about my nails. I need to get them redone. But it was a dusty rose in the back of the bag here. So I told my husband, I am not going to switch the yarn because the label clearly says it's supposed to be vintage rose. It was this color right here. You can't really see it. It's behind the fake greenery. So I'm talking to Bonbon, and Bonbon and I are walking around the aisles. And what do I see in the corner of my eye? There is my 6'2" husband. He opens up this bag and he switches them out. And he thinks he's being all sneaky, right? You know how husbands are. I think they were sneaky. And I catch him and he looks over his shoulder and he looks at me and I'm like this. I see you. I see you. You're going to get me kicked out before I even get my stuff bought. Hi, welcome back, Izzy. Hey, Dee, how are you doing? Good to see you. I'm going over my yarn haul from yesterday, and I just finished it up, actually. But I'm really excited to make these for our grandbaby. And thank you, Erica, for saying congratulations. We are really excited. It's the first grandbaby for both sides of the family. So we are just super excited, and I'm going to make a couple of these, and I'm glad that the pattern is actually, I'm not going to show you the pattern, not like anybody's going to screenshot what I'm showing you, but I wonder if she has a book or something, but they printed these out, and there's something I wanted to show you inside of it that, let's see if I can find it now. So she's got, I was pretty impressed with this right here. It doesn't show you the pattern, so I think it's okay to show you. But it has all the different sizes already done for you. And she goes through each one. And it's the basic stitches. Oops, I hit my mic. That was weird if you wondered what that noise was. But look at these pictures. Are they not just so cute? So anyway, we've got baby on the brain. Not my baby. My grandbaby. Be very clear there. Not my baby. Shh, don't tell Yaya. I'm going to make Yaya a hat. Okay, Jen, that is so cool. She'll like that. I'm sure she would love anything you would make her, but that's great, Jen. Do you have a pattern picked out already that you're going to use? Hi, Zach. Good to see you. Welcome back, Izzy. And thank you, Erica, for the congratulations. I appreciate that. And Yaya, there's a couple of Yayas in here right now. Jen's mom goes by Yaya, but then there's also a group of crocheter knitters named Yaya. So if anybody's confused, there are two different Yayas being mentioned right now. So anyway, that is it. I think, okay, so I spent a total of $185 yesterday. That includes, I want to be sure to mention, that includes a puzzle that was $25. And one of those puzzle mats, have you ever seen those puzzle mats that you can lay out? You put your puzzle together on it, but you need to use your table for dinner, lunch, or whatever, and you just roll it up and then you just move it. Like, I was like, ooh, I'm all about that. So we picked up one of those. So a little bit of that money, I think about. And then we also got 2 dog toys because they had adorable dog toys. Wow, now I'm thinking about it. I probably saved a little bit more on yarn than I thought I did because it was $185 for everything I showed you, a puzzle mat, 2 dog toys. So I probably only spent on yarn $125 actually. So I think that's I did good. I went with a budget and I stayed under my budget. So we went to a nice steakhouse, steakhouse afterwards and had lunch. Like I said, I needed to find water and get a drink right away because it was so hot there. But that's it. That was my yarn haul. Didn't spend as much as I thought I would. Didn't find as many deals as I thought I would, but I might be going back with another friend later in the tent sale, and I'm very curious if the prices drop as less people are coming and inventory gets lower. And if anybody has any experience with that, let me know because I'm really curious. What else was I going to say? We are going to play a game today. What time is it? I almost forgot about the game. Jen, how could you let me forget about the game? So this is a simple game. Starting from this point right now, I am going to ask you a question about something I say or I interact with or I mention I like. Just something that is during the live. And about 5 minutes before the live, I'm going to ask you a question. And it will have been something that you would have learned either about me, crochet, or something else during the next half an hour. And I will get a pattern because I'm having shipping issues. So I will buy a pattern for someone, whoever gets the... what is my brain? My brain is all over the place right now. I'm still thinking about the tent sale, trying to transition. But anyway, I will give somebody a pattern for whoever gets this one question right and whoever answers it first. Hi, Menawa. Good to see you. I hope you're feeling better, Menawa. Are you home? Let me know if you're back home yet. Kathleen says, I think you did really good cost-wise. I wouldn't have gotten out of there under $300. You know, Kathleen, if the deals had been a little bit better, I totally would have spent more. Totally. But as I was walking around, like Woolies, Lion Brand. That's right. I was going to tell you guys, I love Woolies Lion Brand. And it was my first favorite yarn. And they were selling it there for $9.99 and a tent sale. And you can go to Walmart and get it for $7.98, or you can get it from Michael's for $9.99, the same price. So it was a little, I don't know, first time there. So I don't know how to compare it. But the staff were so nice. Everybody that was there was so nice. And the selection was great. Anyway, Menawa says, feeling great. I'm at home. Been home for about 2 hours. Menawa, you must be so glad to be back home in your own space with your own bed, your own chair, and all your stuff is there. I'm so glad to hear that. And Izzy, if you're still there, I hope you get to go home soon too. Again, the same thing. Your own bed, your own shower, your own things, right? I agree, Dee Dee. The price is ridiculous for a tent sale, isn't it? I was kind of disappointed there. Welcome back, Izzy. And I'm so excited to go home. I know you are. I know you are. I've been in the hospital a lot, and you never going home. There's nothing like going home and being back in your own space. So I can't wait for you. So anyway, I will ask a question 5 minutes before the end of the live. I am going to meet the parents to be for dinner today, so it is going to be only an hour live today because I'm excited to see how they're doing, how the plans are coming. They're getting ready for the baby and everything, so I'm really excited about that. And let me make sure I didn't miss anybody because I was on a roll. I was rolling down the river. And yes, I like to sporadically sing, but not too long. Not too long. I hadn't seen Sassy Mary in here a while. That's her song. That's her theme song. Anyway, so let's crochet. And I'm going to tell you another story that happened today. I actually bought my first crochet magazine because I wanted to see if it was worth it. Have you ever sat there, looked at them, and said, "I don't know if I should buy one or not"? And you're like, "I'm just gonna skim through it as I'm in the checkout aisle." And then this little girl kept eyeballing me. She was giving me like the little side eye, like what are you doing? And I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's giving me a guilty conscience." So I just picked it up and I bought it. So I didn't, So I'm going to take a look at this later. I do love the gnome on the front. That caught my attention. I thought if I could make this gnome, which I don't know if I'm that ambitious, I could spray it down with some waterproofer and put it on my front door instead of a wreath. I thought that would be cute. Or put it on a wreath on my front door, instead of like a ribbon or a pumpkin or anyway. So that is that. It's just been a wild weekend. So what I'm working on, and I was hanging out on Antoinette and Darlene's channel a little bit this morning, because as you know, I've been working on this scrappy blanket, and I only have 2 more half skeins or quarter skeins to go through. These 2 are the only 2 I have left, and then I'm going to go back to my other whips, my other projects. I just want to get through these half skeins. But I realized something towards the end of my last live, that I had done it again. Oops, I did it again. I had put this corner here. I had put 2 corners. I put a corner and then I put another corner right next to it. Why? I don't know. Why do I do half the things that I do? But anyway, it's coming along and it's cute, It's a scrappy blanket. And so I'm just going to work on this a little bit. And somebody asked me what I was going to do with this one. And I am actually going to give this one to my dogs. You guys have not met my dogs yet because my dogs don't like it down here. Otherwise, I would introduce them to you in a heartbeat. Yeah, but I was having kind of a bummer of a morning. My washing machine decided to break, and my clothes washer, not my dishwasher, my clothes washer, and it was making this horrible noise, and then the water was getting all over, and it was seeping out of the laundry room, which is also my office. Hi Sharon, good to see you. My dog doesn't like the basement stairs. She's afraid of them. Yes, Zach, exactly. I have 2 little dogs. One weighs 12 pounds. One weighs 9 pounds. They're like my babies. And they do not like the basement at all. And they can go up and down stairs. They're fine with stairs. But they don't like these stairs. So what kind of dogs do you have, Zach? I'm curious. And hi, Sharon. Good to see you. Kelly, how do you make that blanket? Jen, it is a big granny square, but it's a rectangle granny square. And if you want, I can totally show you how to do it one day. It's not hard once you get the hang. I think I think making hair scrunchies harder than making this blanket, Jen. So if you ever want to jump on Discord one day and chit chat, I would be happy to show you. Zach says, I have a 91-pound Mastiff Shepherd Cross. That is a big, hairy dog. How many layers of fur does your dog, how many layers of fur does she have? A Sable is a beautiful name for a dog. At first I thought it said Sage, but then I see Sable. I like them both. Sharon says, I was talking earlier with my youngest grandson of nearly 11 months earlier. He's such a sweetheart. Aww. You know, and that's what we're going to have, Sharon. It's going to be a boy. We know it's going to be a boy unless, you know, something really weird happens. Normally they get it right nowadays. Back when I was having kids, sometimes they were wrong, but they're not so wrong anymore. So I'm really excited. Zach says, I'm not sure. I was just curious because I know Mastiffs and Shepherds have thick coats. So I was just curious. Want to know how Sable got her name? Absolutely, Zach. How did she? I keep wanting to say he because I knew a friend who had a Mastiff and it was a boy. So it just keeps coming out of my mouth wrong. Let us know. Tell us. Jen, you have a Mastiff named Willow? How did I not know that? Here, I'm going to work on my blanket. As I tell you, the rest of my washer basically exploded. And luckily, my husband, who I was just saying is not into yarns and crafts and that kind of stuff, but he can woodwork. He's a woodworker, but he fixed it for me. But there was water all over the place. And the washing machine is in my office as well. It's like half the room, there's a washer and dryer. The other half of the room is my work office. So you could just, and there's like a area rug in there, and there's electronics in there, and outlets, and the washer and the dryer. The washer and dryer are lifted up, but it was a mess, and it kind of had me bummed out a little bit. And I went to Hooking and Stitching Island Style, Antoinette's live, and you know, it just cheered me up. It was exactly what I needed, and I love this community so much for stuff like that. You know, I was kind of bummed. I was working on frogging this blanket because I had to fix that mistake. I had to pull out 4 rows, and I was frustrated, and there was water all over, and towels all over, and mops all over, and my washing machine was in 40 different pieces all over my office. And first world problem stuff, things that I should not let bother me as much as it was. And he fixed it, and everything is good and everything is fine. But her show just cheered me up. And Jerry's, Just Jerry, if you know her too, she just cheered me up so much and reminded me of how lucky and blessed I am. Now let me see Zach's story. Severanger says Antoinette's dogs don't do stairs either. Interesting. I didn't know that was I don't feel so bad now about my dogs being scared. I'm glad to hear this is a bigger problem than just my dogs. Let me scroll the chat here. Sharon says, congratulations. Our grandbabies are absolutely precious, aren't they? They are. Zach says, my mom, dad, brother, and I each picked a name, put it in a hat, and drew one out of the hat. That's how you got her name? That is so cool. Jen says, Willow, she's dumb, but she's a sweetie. You're so... Jen, if I didn't know better, I would think you hated your pets. He's dumb. That's dumb. My cat attacked me. My cat bit me. My cat scratched me. My stupid cat. Yes, I'm picking on you, Jen, because I love you. Zach says, yeah, mine ran into a wall the other day. Oh, you reminded me. My dog, we used to have a chocolate lab, and his name was Shadrach. Shadrach. And he was not the brightest or sharpest tool in the shed, as they say. Old sayings, you know. And he got up one morning and he had to go to the bathroom so bad, and he thought my mother had opened up the sliding glass door, and his head hit that back door so hard that a 5-bedroom house shook all over. It was like I was upstairs wondering what just happened. And so I understand why you guys feel the way you do. We're always glad you come in the live today also. Oh, thank you so much, Angel. I appreciate that. I like visiting other people. I learn so much from other creators, and I just love the community so much. Sharon says, I'm making a corner-to-corner graph gan. Ooh. I had to frog about 5 rows because I had gotten 2 squares wrong. I've redone 2 rows now. Yeah, I had to frog 4, and I am all caught up. So during Antoinette's show, I got caught up, but this is a much more simple design, so it was easy to catch back up. My youngest daughter has a Shih Tzu. He really doesn't like stairs. Funny. Okay. I did not know this was such a large phenomenon with dogs. Let's see here. Sorry, everyone. Willow is a cane corso. Oh, those are so pretty. They're marble. They're like a dark brown, and then they have like a tan marble like pattern to them. Jen, am I thinking of the right one? Izzy says, mine got a concussion because he slipped and fell on his head. I'm trying to picture how he could slip from a standing position and land on his head. I mean, I'm laughing now, Izzy, but I'm sure it wasn't funny at the time, but oh my goodness. Yes, it was like an earthquake, Jen, when my dog's, head hit the sliding glass door. I'm surprised he didn't break the door, but it was like bong. Anyway, my youngest daughter's dog has eyes in different postal codes. He's so both-eyed. He has different eyes in different postal codes. Sharon, you're so funny. Izzy says, I have a mini golden doodle. I would love to know what they look like. Like, I've seen so many golden doodles, though, but I've never seen a mini. She's still dumb, but you're funny, Jen. I hope your dog's okay, too, Izzy. Sharon's giving good wishes to your dog. Like I said, it's funny now, but I'm sure it wasn't at the time. That was a while ago. Oh, gotcha. Oh, dogs bring so much. Has anybody seen, speaking of dogs, this is why I'm bringing it up. Anybody seen the new movie Odyssey? With Matt Damon and Anne Hathaway, Tom Holland, and Zendaya, and everybody else underneath the moon was in it. I saw it with Sarah. Weekend, I think it was last weekend, maybe it was the weekend before that, but did anybody see that? Before I say why, Sharon says, nope, not me. I'm just curious if anybody has seen it. There was a scene in it that absolutely broke my heart around dogs. I have a soft spot for dogs. I think a lot of people do. I think sometimes people have more empathy for animals than they do humans, and I can understand why. Some animals are dependent on us, right? Well, what movie? Odyssey, the one that Matt Damon's in right now about Troy and the Trojan War and the Greek gods. Jen, do you remember any of that when you were going to school, they teach you all about the Greek gods and stuff like that. Well, that's what the movie's about. And main character, Matt Damon's character, who I can't remember his name at the moment to save my life. There's a dog in that movie, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but it really tugged at my heartstrings, made me think of all the love for all the dogs in the world. Kathleen says, my sister who lives in Colorado, I lived in Colorado for a year, had taken their husky to the vet. Thought she was having a heat stroke because her tongue was hanging out and she couldn't walk. I knew before I wanted to make sure. I knew what it was, Kathleen, before I even finished reading this. The poor dog tested positive for the magic green stuff. That's so funny, Kathleen. I have heard of that. I've heard people take their dogs to the park and stuff like that, and all of a sudden their dog's peeing and weeing all over the place, can't walk straight, panting, and just all wobbly-eyed and stuff like that. And their dog was high. So many songs I could sing right now, but those poor dogs. Luckily, it wears off. It can be poisonous to dogs in large amounts, but I have heard of that, and I wonder how much they spent on that vet visit just to find out that their dog was high. Oh my goodness. I've heard of that. And you know what? You know how cats have catnip? Do dogs don't have anything like catnip, right? I mean, I've been around dogs my whole life, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I wish dogs had something like catnip. I mean, is catnip basically the same thing as the magic green stuff for humans? But I don't think dogs have anything like that. Dogs just go crazy over food, period. Matt Damon character was Odysseus. That's right. Thank you, Sharon. Izzy says, I got tagged. Okay, I tagged you, Kelly, in the post. Thank you so much, Izzy. I appreciate it. I'll check it out. And Jen, oh, absolutely. Only I've seen Odyssey with Armand, and I don't know who that is, played Odysseus. I thought, for some reason, I didn't think it was Odysseus, but that was in the back of my mind. But thank you for correcting me. I know no one's asked me, but if I had to rate the movie, I would give it a 7 or an 8 out of 10. It was pretty good. It was long. It's a long movie, so don't drink a lot of water before you go unless you want to get up and use the bathroom or something like that. But yeah. Jen, I had no idea you had another dog besides Bandit. Jen has a dog that sings, literally. And it's so cute. If you ever check out her channel, Jen, try and type the word drop and see if anything happens. I've never had anybody try it. I've never set it up, but if you want, Jen, put drop in there. And she has a dog named Bandit that actually sings. It didn't pop up, huh? I'll have to look at that. Well, Willow is your brother-in-law's dog. Oh, okay. I see the Odyssey. I had to go to the bathroom near the end of it. I held it in. Absolutely. Yeah, I guess I don't have drops set up yet. Jen, if you see me online tonight, remind me to look into that. I need people to remind me of things. I'm so forgetful. Zach, did you like the movie since you saw it? So glad I fixed that. That thing was just eating me alive in this blanket with two corners like that right next to each other. I must have been daydreaming or talking or who knows what. Dee says, you have to set drop as a command in Nightbot. Okay, Dee Dee. I call you Dee Dee. Is that okay? I know most people call you Granny D, but I have the urge to call you Dee Dee. Because you don't seem old enough to be a granny. But, speaking of grannies, Barb, are you still there? I know Barb was waiting for her hubby. You liked it? Yes. You'd give it an 8 out of 10? Yeah, I was like a 8 or 7 or 8. It depends if I think about that one scene or not that I don't want to give away or spoil for anybody. But I really enjoyed it. And I heard a lot of negative things about it. And I was like, do I want to go see it? Do I not want? But my friend wanted to go see it with me, and I wanted to see her. So it was an opportune time to see her and get to go see it. And I haven't seen a movie in a long freaking time, and it was a good one. But I will never, ever look at Robert Pattinson again the same. Never, 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 and never, 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 never. Anybody else know where that's from? Dee Dee is great. That's what my mama called me. Aw. My dad used to call me Bear. 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 Come here, Bear. That was my nickname as a kid. And then it was Kel. And then Kelly. And then Kelly. Whenever there's another Kelly around, I get called Kelly. But, yeah, so this weekend was just a blast. It had highs, it had lows, but it is ending on an awesome note. The wash machine's fixed. I fixed my blanket. Was dreading fixing this blanket because of how much I had to frog. And got to spend time with you all, got to watch some great lives in the community. This evening, I'm going to get to see the kids and see how they're coming along, if they need any help getting ready. And mine was pumpkin or noodle. Oh, that's so cute, Izzy. Hi, Diana. Good to see you. I've been singing a little bit, Diana. You missed it. And I was watching your videos today, too. Pumpkin or noodle is so cute. Come here, noodle. So cute. Sharon says, we haven't been to the cinema in years. It's so expensive to go here in Belgium. I didn't know you were in Belgium. I knew you were somewhere not in North America, but I didn't know it was Belgium. Very interesting. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. I remember that one. What did Menawa say that I missed? Hi, Sammy. Sammy's here. I didn't see Sammy drop in. Happy Sunday, Sammy. I'm trying to catch up here. My dad used to call me Shazbat. Shazbat. I think of Dingbat. That's what. But I know he wouldn't call you a dingbat, though, Sharon. What is a Shazbat, Sharon, or is that a typo? Please explain that. Menawa says her nickname was Giggles or Sunshine. Oh, that so fits you, Menawa. That fits you, especially Sunshine, because you're always smiling. I'm British, living in Belgium. Gotcha, Sharon. Very interesting. I'm curious. Someday you'll have to tell me what brought you to Belgium. Diana, she's home. Yes, she's home. Oh, yes. I see what you're saying, Diana. Kathleen, my family call me Bernice. Long story. Bernice. Okay, when I have more time, I have to hear some stories behind these nicknames. Sharon says she has no idea why her dad called her Shazbat. Shazbat. Reminds me of two things. Dingbat, and it also reminds me of Shaq. The Shaq Attack. Shaq Attack. That was, wow, I'm really aging myself here. Jen said, I get it. Mork and Mindy. Mork and Mindy was awesome. I don't know why you're saying that, but I loved Mork and Mindy. Nanu, nanu. All right. And not a typo. He genuinely called me that. That's so funny. And there we go. I was DD. Diana says I was Dai or DD, depending on, I mean, it looks like Dai and Buckshot. Not sure why. I wonder if he called you Buckshot because an area, I don't know. Who knows? I'm just totally pulling stuff out of my starfish. Oh, I do have Nightbot. Yeah, I just don't have it set up very much yet. So I need to look into it, Izzy, and I'll do that for sure tonight. My fourth son is William, and we call him Wombat. That's cool. Granny D is live. Come join me over there when you guys are done. Okay, let me do my question. Let me do my contest. Let me ask my question, find out who the winner is, and then everybody can go see DD, because I do have to go and get ready to go out for an early dinner with the kids. So I've talked about lots of things today. I have just been babbling like crazy. There was one character or an actor that I mentioned, and I said, are you guys ready? I've probably said too much already. But I also said there was lots of actors and actresses. Okay, just wanted to pause a minute. So whoever answers this question first gets a pattern under $15, and I will get you my email. And I will order the pattern and send it to you. Who is the actor or actress that I said I will never look at the same again after watching them in the Odyssey? I know it has nothing to do with crochet. I did all the crochet talk in the first half of the live, and I forgot to start the contest. Can you give me the full name? The full name of the actor or actress that I said I would never look at the same again. Do, 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 do. Oh, Kathleen got it. There we go. Robert Pattinson. Sever Angel, you were so close. You were so close. Matt Damon, Jen, is an amazing actor in that movie. He does such a good job. I was really worried about that, but that was not it. And Kathleen, you have won. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me for the live today. Kathleen, you know how to get in touch with me. I know, Jen, you were so close. You were so close. Kathleen, send me an email. I couldn't figure out the first name. Angel, you were so close, too. You knew it. It was right there. Like I could feel your brain working as I was waiting. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with me. I appreciate you all. And again, thank you for helping me get to 120 subscribers. It still blows my mind how blessed I am to be part of this community, and I feel so fortunate. Thank you all. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you again on Friday. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Yeah. Okay. All right. Bye.
Come on in, pull up a chair. Leave the busy world out there. Grab your yarn and your favorite tea. There's a place where friends can be. Every stitch tells a story. Every color shines so bright. Welcome to Horizon Crochet, where creativity finds its way. Laugh a little, stay a while. Share a pattern every kind of weather.